Brighton think we're absolute mugs. Not only do we pay 60 million for Mark Cucurella, they think they can get Levi Colwill for 30 million pounds. Let's talk about it. They've got a massive bid that they've bid. I can't even call it massive because it was pathetic. We've got an update on Caicedo because Fabrizio Romano literally says in the next few days there's going to be movements. Ugarte, the wages that PSG are willing to pay him, and Chelsea, there's a comparison. There's a difference. There's a discrepancy. And we need to talk about it. And finally, Mason Mount, Alex Goldberg, who essentially is known as an individual that's in the loop with him, it has come out with their side of the story. And the reason I do their side of the story is because we're getting two conflicting reports. The Times are saying that deal is agreed with Manchester United, and we're getting the inside scoop from the Mount camp. Let's get into it. Let's break this down and let's welcome to the Kavkas View, and we are gonna have to start with a Levi Colwill deal because this, in my opinion, is the biggest deal. Yes, we like Caicedo. Yes, we're excited about Ugarte. Yes, the Mason Mount saga is very insightful. But the future of the Chelsea defense is Levi Colwill. Levi Colwill went on loan last year and joined Brighton, and Brighton have been actively trying to keep him. Whether it's the fans saying, Levi, I want you to stay, or whether it was Levi Colwill having players take pictures with him and posting it. The podcasters from the Brighton affiliates are coming out and literally begging him to stay. Levi Colwill is someone that's wanted by Brighton. Tony Bloom has decided, you know what, we're going to make a bid. We're going to put in a bid for the one and only Levi Colwill. What they put in wouldn't get you a pair of Levi jeans that he wears because they want to get him for 30 million pounds. And I need to ask you a question. When they sold Yves Bissouma for 14 million pounds to Spurs, they trying to tell me that Yves Bissouma is better than Levi Colwill? When they literally are selling McAllister for 60 million pounds, Caicedo for 90 million pounds. They're trying to tell me that their potential is better than ours. We're not a banter club. We're not a joke. We might have been acting like one recently, but we're learning. We're developing, and our owners are starting to get a grip of who's playing them and who's not. And in this case now, this bid is pathetic. I'm going to break this down though. I genuinely do not believe that at this moment in time, we're going to sell him. I think the player is not going to push for a move. Chelsea aren't going to push for one. I think they're going to give him another opportunity. He's going to stay. He's going to break through. And that's our way forward. That's just my personal opinion. On to the next story. Yes, you made it this far. It's very easy now. You got to support the cause, right? The like button, subscribe to the channel, and in the pinned comment, go follow me on Instagram. I've got some nice Chelsea content about me having a tour of the stadium there coming out soon. So make sure you go follow me there if you want to see that. But now let's move on with the video. The next story is a very interesting one because Fabrizio Romano has been very busy, and Fabrizio Romano has been giving us a big inside scoop on our new midfield revelation. And the distance in these stories is actually crazy because if you start breaking it down, this is what's going on. We are getting rid of Mateo Kovacic, we're getting rid of Mason Mount allegedly, and we are also getting rid of N'Golo Kante as it seems. N'Golo Kante could be potentially leaving Chelsea Football Club. Prior to his injury, it was 80 to 90% done that the deal was going to be re-signed. However, and this is a big however, since his injury, Fabrizio said it's down to 50-50 because Chelsea are nervous. They've got a little bit of trust issues about giving him a new deal. David Ornstein reports that Mateo Kovacic has been granted permission to go and speak to the one and only Manchester City and Bayern Munich. Both parties want him. Chelsea are actively trying to get somewhere in the region of 30 million pounds. 35 to 40, that region, that's what they think he's worth at this moment in time. A 29-year-old in the prime of his career with 1 year left on his deal, they think Man City should be paying that kind of money. Whilst I agree with it, I'm a little bit skeptical that they're going to actually pay the money. But what's going on with the Ugarte deal and Caicedo? Chelsea need to sell to go and get Caicedo. However, Fabrizio Romano is saying in the next few days, Chelsea are going to start making more movement. Chelsea are going to start talking to representatives. Chelsea are going to actively try to calm the nerves of the Caicedo camp and basically reignite the fact that, look, we are going to sign your boy. We want him. We think he's good and we think he's class. For me, this is a risky strategy because someone could come and sweep him up. But what can we do? We blew the load, blew the money all already in one go. Ugarte is a little bit more complicated than this because Ugarte is a deal that Chelsea want to do in 5 installments of 60 million euros. Apparently, it's 52 guaranteed, the rest all in add-on. They want to do it in 5 installments. However, PSG are willing to do it in 2 installments with 60 million guaranteed. So it's a better deal, but Sporting are willing to accept both out of respect for the player. Now the bid is coming down, and this part is very interesting when you think about it logistically. You got Ugarte, who wants money, obviously, who doesn't? You've got the one and only PSG offering him, I think it's 6 million euros. That's what's being reported by Fabrizio Romano. That is a guaranteed money. 6.5 to 6 million. That's what he's been offered. Chelsea are offering him in the range of 3 million euro. The guy currently gets around about 750k. So you need to deep it in a logistical way. His lifestyle is changing. Whether he needs to ask himself the question now, does he want to live in London or Paris, and how much money does he want? Because if it's a money decision, he's going to PSG. If it's a competitive league decision, he's coming to the Premier League. I'm not going to sit here and judge him if he picks money, because that's a lot of money. Like, let's not pretend, let's not all act holier than thou. Oh, I'd be picking it for the competition, for the chemistry. No. At the end of the day, we're all different. We all have our own opinions. Money's worth more to some people than others. And in some cases, more importantly, some people just don't care about football as much as we do. So we need to accept it. Now onto the Mason Mount. Money Mace is an interesting one, right? We've been talking about Money Mace for a while now, and this deal is taking another turn. 2 days ago, I didn't report it. Mason Mount allegedly agreed deals, and this came out from the Times and the Telegraph. Agreed a deal with Manchester United. This deal was all but set to be done. The reports were that he agreed around 300k. The 300k was going to be installed at his level early, and he was basically going to move on from Chelsea. But, and this is the key but, a lot of you don't want to hear it, and this is the reality. Mason Mount apparently hasn't done so. Mason Mount apparently has not been negotiating with Manchester United. There have been conversations, there have been soft terms, but nothing out of the realm of what's been reported that it's a done deal and he's basically gone. And the reason we know this is because Fabrizio Romano reiterated it, but first Alex Goldberg on the byline came out on a Patreon piece and spoke about this, and this is key. Mason Mount initially had an offer made to him prior to the World Cup. It was a term that they've all agreed verbally, and then when he came back from the World Cup, it was taken away. The reason it was taken away because Win Stanley took over instead of Todd Bowley, and Win Stanley believed he's not worth the money that Todd Bowley was willing to pay. Then conversations have really cooled down. They're not willing to entertain the logic behind this, and the reason they're not willing to do that is because they believe Mount's demands are too big. Now, this is the key area here. He has not agreed a new contract. I think adamant to the reports coming out and the strength and the validity of those reports, the Mount camp are reiterating this deal has not been agreed. There have been conversations that have been held, but nothing is done yet. So we don't know who to believe. At the end of the day, guys, this is going to get more and more messy. We're going to get more and more different sides of all stories, and I think we need to be realistic and honest about what's going on here. This is both parties trying to save their own face, and we need to be honest about that. Other than that, guys, this was the Kavkas View. We need to be honest. We need to be realistic. I'm going to be going back home soon. I'm going to get out the sun before I burn, because obviously my skin is horrible under the sun. I turned peachy pink. Other than that, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Peace out. I'm out. Yes, you made it this far. It's very easy now. You got to support the cause, right? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and in the pinned comment, go follow me on Instagram. I've got some nice Chelsea content about me having a tour of the stadium there coming out soon. So make sure you go follow me there if you want to see that. But now let's move on with the video.